I came across a very interesting video recently, a video by a guy named Shameless. That's his name, that's just what it's called, that's not me being rude, who spoke of how parents are basically crippling their children by allowing them unrestricted access to a tablet.
Hampers development of executive function, which is essentially every conscious thing that one's brain does. It decreases attention spans and worsens symptoms in kids with ADHD. It delays social skill development and impairs cognitive capability. It lengthens the time necessary for children to develop emotional regulation skills. Oh, look, here's a study about kids being diagnosed with autism because of the symptoms of early and excessive screen time in toddlers. Let me slow down and rephrase that actually. Children being officially diagnosed with autism, not because they were born with autism spectrum disorder, but because they developed so many traits associated with autism spectrum disorder due to the adverse effects of their overexposure to small screen time that they effectively just developed autism. Not even effectively. Children are literally developing autism from spending too much time on an iPad. And real quick, just to say, autistic people are some of the coolest people in the world. I'm almost definitely somewhere on the spectrum myself. There's certainly nothing wrong with being autistic, but at minimum...
He is way more educated than me and definitely worded it better and had very sophisticated arguments regarding this issue, citing studies and talking about books he read about the subject. I will not be doing that because in the conflict of neglectful parents and their children, he is taking the stance of a responsible parent trying to preach about and fix the problem while I am a victim of the neglect he is so passionately speaking out about. While I tried to come out here and self-pity and display my sob story, I thought I could provide some insights from the perspective of a child who had unrestricted access to the internet myself, as I find this subject very interesting. I was born in 2003. My first impression of the internet was guided and served as a bonding time with both my older sister, who showed me what early Facebook was about, and I would sit on my dad's lap and play video games with him on the family computer. This was about the sum of the healthy relationship I had with the internet, and my family for that matter. It felt like a warm Pixar movie, hanging out with my family, having a proper development, making eye contact with my kin and learning new things from my role models. Hell, that was about the healthiest I was with my mother. Watching her play zombie castaways on Facebook was the one and only memory I had of her where I was not emotionally neglected. But the second I was allowed and even expected to use a computer on my own, I lost every bit of human warmth I had with my family. Looking back, I didn't realize getting tech-savvy, developing muscle memory for typing on a keyboard, and learning to navigate the internet was anything bad at all. I was constantly praised for being smart and independent on the machine, which even today is a very big part of the problem. Parents these days think that because their children can figure out how to work a tablet means their children are smart, or even smarter than them. They continue to praise their children for simply mastering the only tool they have. The truth is, all children are smart, whether you give them a tablet or not. Give them anything else to surround their entire world around, like a guitar, spend their development years around it, they'll become a musical genius. Mastering the rules of a game you play every waking second of your life is not hard at all. Shameless Nerd also talked about how these children who get a tablet and proceed to not be given an ounce of attention from their guardians, even by multiple studies, develop impairment, symptoms of ADHD and ADD, and effectively developing autism because of the neglect. The culture of brain rot, memes, fast-paced content, the need to add a Subway Surfer screen or a Minecraft parkour video to retain the attention span of us, the tablet kids, while being read a story off of Reddit is proof enough to me that yes, we are definitely cooked. I can testify I am the tarmac demographic. I have the attention span of a fish. The first thing I do in the morning is doom scroll and watch these exact videos. The last thing I do in the day, before brushing my teeth and laying down to bed, is doom scroll those exact videos. No wonder I find it hard to go to sleep and wake up. No wonder I cannot work with a schedule. My dopamine receptors are fried from the second I wake up to the moment I collapse from exhaustion. For years I would not go to sleep until I physically could not keep my eyes open anymore because it was easier than to deny myself scroll time. And when I tried to sleep like a normal person, I couldn't. To this day, I still find myself in the exact same position, wondering if this is an insomnia or just me being delusional about how bad my development was screwed over. I had horrible time making friends as a child, and last year I came to the conclusion that the existence of phones and digital communities is part of the reason I could not find my own sense of belonging for so long. In therapy, I got handed a paper with 9 fundamental elements of one's mental well-being, and community struck out to me. Only then did it click to me that I have absolutely no one. I live abroad. The only people I talk to are my husband and in-laws, and anything beyond the house's front door is as much a fantasy to me as it was during COVID. It might as well not exist. My entire life is in the living room in front of my computer. I eat, get fat, from my brain with memes, and play hours upon hours of video games. Sometimes I have a video playing in the background while I'm playing my games just to keep my attention span long enough to earn any kind of enjoyment from whatever activity I am putting effort into. I was self-aware enough to know that this is not living life, but Shameless Nerd helped me make the connection that it is all about those damn phones and childhood neglect. Watching his video, I felt my brain chemistry shift. I felt like the cogs in my brain start turning for once in my life. Like, oh, it makes sense now. I really recommend you give it a watch. I've been thinking about this video recently, like every time I open my phone and I find myself doom scrolling, I think about Shameless Nerd and I'm like, I should probably get off the phone, but it's not something that's easily fixable. I just keep doing it because that's my routine since I was 8. Anyway, 12 therapy sessions later, after discovering I lacked community, I'm still rather deprived of it. I do not go out and make myself a community, at least not locally. I have friends I share interests with and I can talk to and bounce ideas off of for my little content creation business. And I think that's just enough to keep my sanity, but I did find purpose in life, which is the other fundamental element on the piece of paper I took home with me. I'm sad I was robbed of a proper development and a happy childhood, and I know I'll never do better than my own guardians because I'm already rotten. I don't want kids because I'll be neglectful and bring another anxious and depressed human into existence. Watching myself grow up all over again, lost and scared, with nothing but a phone to guide my child through life is not the legacy I want for myself. Some of you might say, oh, just fix yourself then, said the smoker trying to quit for the 9th year in a row. Or just quit social media, said the person that's on social media. Or you're not going to be as bad as you think you'll be, said my older sister, with 3 kids, the eldest of which displaying ADHD and autism symptoms that the doctor insists he doesn't have. Symptoms that most probably were caused by the phone. Symptoms I also have because of my phone. Because guiding a child's development doesn't stop at teaching them colors and shape. We as children keep looking up to our guardian to understand how to interact with the world around us until our frontal lobe finally cooks to completion, which does not happen anytime before we at the very least in our 20s. I am not an advocate for eradicating phone usage, that would make me a hypocrite. I am an advocate for waking up and realizing we are depriving ourselves of community and purpose, and are scared to interact with other people, because our guardians were too busy on their own phones to teach us how to. So we avoid social gatherings altogether. I can say as a victim of the problem that we are scared and terrified of doing anything. I want my hand held and patiently explained anything I am unfamiliar with. Because as a child, I was failed by my guardians. I was given a phone and near infinite freedom with it. I cannot do anything unless it's carefully catered to be a tap-only experience. I would rather message someone through email back and forth than ever call them. I would rather send brain rot memes than ask someone to hang out with me, because they also would rather doom scroll and brain rot than interact with a community. I am sick of it. I want to see my friends in person. I want to get intoxicated and play Mario Party. I want to host a potluck. I want to interact with you. Beyond Discord, beyond memes, beyond our niche interests. I want a community so bad. I beg. I can't stand this voluntarily isolation we as a collective decided upon. Surely you feel the same. Maybe if enough of us wake up and can make social gatherings happen again, and without making it a special occasion, it should be the norm to find the time to hang out with each other. I promise I will make time for you if you just ask. I am sitting here romanticizing the idea of having a neighbor come in for tea. Other people my age, including my husband, would find this repulsive. Like, what do you mean you want stranger to come in for tea? Well, I don't want to be strangers anymore. Bring communities back. I don't know how I got from neglected child development to bringing back community, but if anything, this goes to show how passionate I am about it. I suppose it's only natural for me to start preaching about my passion when talking about someone else's passion. I hope you found this relatable. Please share with me in the comments what you think of this, or share anything, really. I just want to talk to you. Be in my community, eh? Visit Candlebloom.Art. It has prints and cool stuff on it. You can subscribe if you want. I mostly write down scripts that sound like something from a personal journal of a starving, depressed artist. If you can relate to this video, you'd probably like my future videos as well. Support me by buying merch or subscribing to my Patreon. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Candle out. Bye bye!